Brain, thank you. Top story number 3 now. Many people headed to the airport so they can make it home for a seat at the table. The day before Thanksgiving is one of the most traveled, and that has officials on alert this year. 2 News reporter Birshella made live at the airport with what TSA wants you to know before you catch that flight.
One of the things officials say that you want to be careful of is traffic. In fact, just getting here from Moraine took us about an hour. That because of a pileup with 6 vehicles near Main Street on 75. The other concern officials want you to keep an eye out for is security, and they want to make sure by the time you get here that you're ready to go and that you don't have any hazards that could put you at risk.
Wheels are up in the air. Some are pulled across the Dayton Airport. Terry Stinson had a long and frustrating day, having missed her flight, but she's looking at the big picture, and that includes her safe journey.
I try not to think about that stuff. It's scary, so, you can't stop living. So you just have to be brave.
Stinson says despite recent threats, she's confident in the security team. So is Matt Burton, who's headed to Washington, D.C.
D.C. is a hot spot, so, and especially with, the threats that terrorist groups have been making and stuff a little bit, but I'm not overly worried.
Regional TSA officials say they're ready for the next few days.
I think the important thing for passengers to know is TSA is going to do everything. We're going to take every necessary step to ensure the safety and security of passengers traveling during the Thanksgiving holiday season and really throughout the year.
TSA says for the Thanksgiving holiday, it will move some part-time workers to full-time and add overtime to make sure everything is covered.
Well, as we get into holiday travel season, I think the biggest thing to be aware of is the amount of travelers that are traveling over the next basically week and a half. We're seeing probably the highest volumes in passengers that we'll see for this year.
But despite the large crowd, officials say they're covered on all fronts.
We share information with other federal, state, and local agencies, and when we get intelligence, we're able to kind of change the way we do things, increase or decrease.
Officials say that you should get here to the airport about 2 hours before your flight. Another thing that they say causes delays typically is prohibited items being in your checked bags. So they say give about 5 minutes to make sure that you don't have anything in there that's of risk. The other mention that they have for you is any gifts that you're bringing to family, make sure that they're actually unwrapped because at times TSA does have to go through those things. So reporting live here at the airport, Birshella, 5 on 2.